that bridge.
You know the blonde ding-dong in the suit, Agent Jones? Well, there's more of him. And they've started their own society of dorks. So, bring them some supplies as a peace offering. Their camp to assess the threat level. We'll limit that to a little drop
3, customers have to buy somewhere. You know, I see a lot of salesmen, and they're like, oh, my customer, you know, they're not a buyer, blah, blah, blah. Well, the car they pulled in to the dealership with, they had to buy somewhere from somebody. So take that in mind. And remember, guys, you know, some people take a little bit longer. You know, they're going to tell you they're not going to buy, and they're going to sell you. Don't let them close you on the fact that they're not buying. Some people are really good at it. Lots of customers have great excuses, but once you build enough rapport and trust, they're going to open up to you, and you'll be able to make the deal. Tip number 4, never lie. Very important to never lie. If you lie, even if you think you can get away with it, and there's no way that for them to know that you're lying, if they even sense that you're lying, it kills the emotion, the rapport. They're not going to buy from you. They're not going to take their chance. Tip number 5, don't talk bad about any other dealership, because it just makes you look bad, you know, bashing somebody else. It makes you look insecure. Tip number 6, dress well. When you approach somebody and you're dressed well, you're looking sharp, they're going to most likely, you know, they're going to work with you. They're going to want to talk to you. They're going to want to listen to you. Dress well. Tip number 7, have product knowledge. Now, I'm not saying you need product knowledge to sell a car, because I've done it without product knowledge, but having product knowledge, you can keep emotions high, get them excited. If somebody went to go look at that same car at another dealership, and a lot of those salesmen don't have the product knowledge, and you bring up a feature that they didn't, you know, you're going to sell that car over them, and it just creates excitement throughout the deal. Tip number 8, don't be desperate. Don't want to sell a car more than the customer wants to buy one. Tip number 9, make your customer feel like they're getting a great deal, or at least a fair deal. And have certain phrases that you use, like, oh, we got a great deal on this car. We actually own it for under what it's worth. And stuff like that. That's going to help create excitement and help you sell a car. Tip number 10, value exceeds price. So I've talked about this in other videos, but value exceeding price, meaning that, you know, the value in you, how trustworthy you are, them knowing that you're going to take care of them after the sale if anything happens, and also your dealership. Tell them about the reputation, how many dealerships you have, you know, how you do a 360-point inspection on every single pre-owned car, and just build value, you guys. Tip number 11, listen, you guys. Nobody listens to your customer. If it's a guy who comes in who's married, his wife probably doesn't listen to him, his kids are probably running around not listening to him. If you listen to your customer, he's going to like you a lot. People aren't used to, you know, anybody listening to him. So once you do that, it's going to help a lot. Listen, gather all the knowledge, see exactly where they're coming from, and then you're going to know exactly what they're going to want. Tip number 12, know your inventory. Knowing your inventory after you listen, you're going to know exactly where that car is. You're going to bring them to it. It's going to be everything they wanted, and you're not going to have to run around the dealership. You're saving yourself time by knowing your inventory. You're also going to be on your way to making an extremely, extremely fast car deal, because you're going to land him on that car. If he has any objection that he wants to go look at more cars, you can say, listen, we have 500 cars here. The reason why I brought you here is because, you know, I know every car in this lot, and once you describe it, this is a car that popped in my head. Tip number 13, buyers are liars. Everybody's going to come in, and if they say they're not going to buy, they're going to have a great excuse. Probably one they thought about throughout the whole day when people are trying to get them to buy. And they found something that works, and it's going to work on you. But don't let it work on you. Don't let them close you. You need to close them. But what you also need to do is you need to know that some people are different. Sometimes you're going to have to build a lot more rapport with someone before they open up and they end up buying from you. Tip number 14, don't give away money. I see this all the time. A nice sales guy will just, you know, blow out a car for the customer, give him a great deal. He feels like he's doing good. He's getting a sale. But, you know, you deserve to get paid for your work, you guys. You're there all day. You deserve to take home a paycheck, and those little amounts that you're bumping people, it adds up at the end of the month. And once you give away that car, you leave so much room for that finance guy. If you have a good finance team at your dealership, they're going to jam all the warranty in there. But, you know, every time I give somebody to finance, they're like, man, you do a really good job. Like, you left me nothing back here. Tip number 15, last tip, you guys, and that is going to be a quick, fast delivery. Most people, after going through the whole sales process, going through finance, they don't want to go through the long delivery, going over stuff. Most likely they know how to set it up, you know, by themselves. Now, if they're not tech savvy, okay, you know, I'll set up their Bluetooth. But if it's Friday or something like that, and I have parts to sell, you know, I'll offer them a free tank of gas. They come back any day during the week, and that way I'll go over everything. I'll make sure they write down their questions, because they're going to have more questions that they're not going to have today. Alright guys, that was your 15 tips for selling cars at a dealership. Don't forget to go down and cop yourself a t-shirt. I started off with 50. I got about 20 to 25 left, I believe. They're down in the description. Pick it up. It's going to be for my first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys all. Have a great day.
To get your work aligned? With Asana, you can make a sure bet. Align routines, tasks, and priorities so you can see projects get done and hit the work jackpot. Together, get your work in Asana, fast and free.
What's up, YouTube? It's time to learn how to sell some cars. Every hand. So when you meet a customer, they might come in by themselves, they might come in with their husband and wife, it might be a whole family. No matter how many people are there, you want to introduce yourself to everybody present and shake everybody's hand. Introduce yourself, get their names, and register all their names in your mind and remember all their names. You have no idea how influential any of these people are as part of a sale. The husband might be doing all the talking, but the car might be for the wife. So if you don't win over the wife, you're not going to get the sale. That old grandma who's walking behind them in her cane, or she might be the one co-signing for the loan. So if you haven't won her over, you're not going to get a sale. Make sure you shake every hand and introduce yourself to every customer that's present in the group. Tip number 2 is going to be make yourself Googleable. Googleable. So make yourself Googleable. People want to be able to go into Google and search your name and instantly see what you're about. If they type in your name and they see your Facebook photo with pictures of you drinking or smoking weed, they're not going to buy a car out. You need to make yourself Googleable. The ways you can do that is generating customer reviews. So you should be trying to get a review from every customer, every sale that you do. Getting reviews either on Google, dealerator.ca is another good one. LinkedIn even, so that when they search your name, those positive things come up. How I started this channel was by making YouTube videos of car sales walkarounds, and I would send these videos to customers. And now when customers Google my name, they can see my videos of me showing cars like the Nissan Rogue or the Nissan Murano, and they know that this is what I'm about. So make yourself Googleable. You gotta ask every single sale for a review and make sure they get the review. One quick tip that I use to get a positive review is when I deliver a car,